Hi, so I just wanted to recap some of our things that we might talk about in class with you about breathing. When you're a new swimmer and you're trying to learn how to breathe, or go in the water even, just your first time in the water, you might feel really uncomfortable and anxious about this. Someday, when we get you to where we want you to be and you're swimming on your own, your goal is really to be where you're going to be blowing all your air out while you're underwater, so that when you're ready to roll up and get a breath, or come up with a breaststroke and get a breath, you're actually ready to take that air. If you still have all that old air inside of you, it takes you time to blow it out before you can take the breath. Now that's a ways away. When you first start, we just want you to be able to get a breath and go underwater and feel comfortable for a little bit of time before you come up. Sometimes we'll even start you without bubbles. We'll start you just to take a deep breath, hold it, go in the water, come right back up, just to show yourself that you can actually do that. Holding your breath long term is not a good solution because, again, all that old air is still in there and you need to get it out so you can get a new breath. But when you first start, it might be difficult for you to blow bubbles like you need to and be comfortable so that you don't get water in your nose. So think of this as a step process that you're learning to get to where you need to be. First, you want to get a good breath before you go in the water, so you want to blow all your air out. Then take a deep breath in before you go in, so that once you're underwater, you have a whole brand new breath of air that's going to make you feel better for a while. Then, once you get good at that, then you're going to start wanting to blow bubbles. And you'll notice right away that bubbles feel better than holding your breath. Your body knows, oh, okay, she's getting rid of that air. I'm going to come up and get a breath soon. Everything's good. But it's super important that you have some breath control to get good bubbles out. What I mean by that is that you want to make sure that after you've taken your breath, that you can blow all your air out in a nice, gentle but firm, solid breath. One breath out, one breath in. So after you take your breath, that's how you'd blow your bubbles. Now you notice I did that with my mouth. Sometimes when you first start, it's easier to do with your mouth because you have lips to control how quickly or how slow your breath comes out. Your nose, a lot of times when people first start, it's one speed only. It just, everything out. And then that's going to diminish the amount of time you can spend underwater. Another really great technique, if you want to use your nose, when you're first getting used to having that nice steady stream of air, is actually a hum. A nice gentle hum. Forces the same amount of air out equally for the same distance until you get all that old air out. That's just a great way to have that nice steady breathing out while you're trying to make bubbles underwater. So either of them are fine when you first start. Just getting yourself comfortable and blowing your air out when you're a beginner is super important, and it's going to make you feel much better in the water.